Hi, I'm Ella. I'm 39.
I'm Ivan, 32. We live in Houston. And this is Financial Audit.
So what do you do for a living in Houston?
So I am a marketer. I work in an advertising agency in the client service department. And I'm also a semi-retired / dormant fashion designer and dressmaker who used to do bridal.
Okay. Well, how many hours are you working in this marketing job right now?
40 hours a week.
That's not retired.
No. I'm a semi-retired / dormant fashion designer and dressmaker.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I used to do that full time for like 6 years between 2012 and 2018.
Which is the taxes owed to the Italian government.
Yes.
Spoiler alert. We will get into that. What do you make right now with your marketing job?
So we actually want to discuss our finances as a couple. So we're going to give away our combined income.
Okay. Well, first then, what do you do for a living?
I'm a writer. I have a couple of novels published, poems, translation.
What kind of genre?
Genre? Well, I have a new book that might be coming out soon. It's a travel narrative about two Texans who just wreak havoc in Southeast Asia.
Okay.
And Southeast Asia wreaks havoc to them too. So,
Okay.
So yeah, travel stories, little philosophical angle to it.
I assume you have a website.
Yes.
We'll link that in the description so you guys can check it out. Okay. So what's this combined household income?
So combined household income, I would say around $108,000 a year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Which stretches much further in Houston than it does in Austin. How do you guys feel and live off of 108 a year?
I would say we feel like we have accomplished the life goals that we have set up for ourselves for this like period of time that we've been there. But we're in a place where we need some, advice of how to prioritize our next life goals.
That's a nice version of the story. Every 15 days, I'm just like,
why don't you
we're going to be vegans. We're going to be vegans.
What would that accomplish financially?
Meat's expensive. We just do vegetables.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought veganism was quite expensive.
In Austin.
Okay,
Get your avocado toast. I don't know.
Yes. Oh yeah, so you guys just had a kid?
11 months. He's almost a year old. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. That's awesome. So your financial situation in where it sits today, obviously there's goals you want to hit, and we know there are quite the debts to pay off as well. How would you all describe the financial situation?
In like 0 to 10?
Oh yeah, give yourself a score, and then just like how would you describe your overall household financial situation in general?
Wishful thinking in terms of a score, I would say like 3.5/4.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't.
Maybe we're up for a rude awakening, but
if we don't think about it, it's like, we're a 4 or 5, average, normal. But again, whenever I sit down and rework the budget, it's like, where did this $200 charge come from? I don't know. So we're always surprised.
Right.
I guess we'd like to do better, and that's part of why we're here.
The debts. How do we just rack up so much debt, though? Well, I'm actually before we even we'll get into the Italian debt, but just in terms of like the credit cards and some different things, what did we do? Why are we here?
So 2 years ago, we were doing quite well in terms of debt. We only had my leftover business debt from Italy and Ivan's student loans. But then there came a time when we decided to start IVF. Mm-hmm. And
in vitro fertilization.
Right.
Yeah. So we had to pay for that out of pocket because our insurance at the time did not cover anything, and we didn't have any other like company benefits for it. So we took out credit cards to pay that.
3 credit cards.
Yeah. 3? Oh, yeah. Because we had the Sapphire before, which was like basically untouched. And then we took the Freedom 1. Then we took the Amex, and then we took the Freedom 2. Anyway, so the whole debt thing comes from the IVF thing, and also from the fact that we had to buy a car. When we first moved here from Europe, we had the car that Ivan's mom has given us. And then in August, I also had to buy a car because at that time, we both had like office jobs.
Yeah.
So Houston is not a
And we made the
pedestrian-friendly
It's
city.
essentially a forced tax upon us all when we
I had
are
actually
dependent
tried
cities.
to make it work with the bus, but I had to like change the bus.
You were taking the bus in Houston.
I did take the bus for like maybe a couple of months, a month and a half, stuff like that. But like I had to change the bus, and the bus stop was not like close to the office.
But you were able to do it.
I was able to do it, but with very much distress because, for example, like the bus in Houston is not reliable. It doesn't come when it says it comes.
Yeah.
Or if one of them comes,
That one line.
the second one doesn't come in time. And then also the weather in Houston is pretty bipolar. So you think it's going to be a good weather, and then it just suddenly starts to pour.
Yeah.
So it's really not the best situation.
Yeah. I get
Also,
that.
it was summer.
And
so
I have sympathy in that.
Yeah.
I really do. It's like if we're in one debt for the IVF and then we're in one debt to get a car, then we just...
actually took them at the same time. So,
Oh, jeez.
yeah.
Okay. You know, it's just like it's suffering. It sucks. Just knowing the math behind it and the hole you're trying to dig yourself out of right now, I would have tried to suffer for a little longer just to save up and get a car. The IVF. So... You know, when that came to y'all's family planning and everything like that, it sounds like it almost needed to happen like right then.
It kind of did.
Instead of like saving up to try to do the procedure in cash.
It kind of did because, I'm 39, right? I was 37 at the time, right?
Okay.
So we had started trying for a baby before, of course. Like we started trying in like April of 2020.
14 months.
Yeah. So we already said that was our next life goal and we needed to make it happen. And also like once you are a certain age, you start freaking out a little bit.
Yeah.
And once you're in that community of people dealing with infertility, like that becomes your whole world. And it's literally like groups of people finding ways to finance that at whatever cost. There's people who do way crazier things. And
No, I'm sure.
Like taking out 401k loans, emptying their 401k.
But
like
if we knew we
selling
wanted
stuff.
to do it and we were in a financially pretty decent spot at the time, why were we not just going pedal to the metal, just like cutting everything in life and just saving up as much as we possibly could to do it instead of just going into debt?
I guess we could have also stayed in Romania and not have had any expenses.
Why'd you guys move to Houston?
My family's here.
Okay.
And he wanted to start the PhD program as soon as possible.
Yeah. So
Can I have that just a little closer?
I got accepted to the University of Houston for my doctorate program. My family's in Houston. And I said, Ella, come on, let's just come to Houston.
Are you done with that?
I have one more year left.
What are
if
you
I
gonna
pass.
do?
What am I going to do?
You going to teach?
Yeah, I'm starting
Oh,
to TA this semester. So I'll be teaching Spanish to undergraduates. But
Oh, interesting.
And
wait, what's your doctorate in?
in Spanish, creative writing.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so-
Interesting.
Yeah, it's the only PhD in Spanish for creative writing in the country. So
Okay,
shout out UH.
This is, I promise this is not me being a dick. This is me being curious.
Yeah.
If it's the only one in the country, is it a degree that's in demand for you to get a good ROI on it? If it's the only one offered in the country.
Right. But if there's a program that every college offers,
Then that means there's typically
differentiation?
demand for it though. Within
I made the mistake of arguing with Mr. Hammer.
no,
you're right, you're right.
I'm actually just curious because I don't know what the
It's-
job market looks like for that.
It has to do with changing demographics and just the fact that more people are going to be speaking Spanish. And Houston is right on that edge of the open wound of the border where just there's a lot of Spanish speakers there, majority Hispanic city. And
Yeah,
so
we're the biggest border state, so yeah.
if there were going to be a first time for this program, it would be in Houston. So it's not like they thought, hey, let's sucker, all these people with low.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just trying to figure out what you're doing afterwards and figuring out the ROI on the not only time but the money you're,
This is what I'm
aside.
always thinking about. My next step would be academically, possibly a postdoc. So, which is just
Why?
it's a
Okay.
it doubles it doubles the amount. It doubles my income, which is
Officially?
officially the offers that I've been looking at that have been passed around in newsletters and that universities give, even in Houston, even outside
Positions
Houston,
for what?
for researcher.
Oh, okay.
So you propose a project,
Yeah.
university gives you the stamp, and they pay you to just work on that project. And maybe there's one that I'm looking at where you just teach one class a semester,
Ooh,
a
okay.
1-1. So to double my income at the exact same, a little bit closer,
Yeah, I'm just gonna get you a little closer.
To double my income and work fully on a project. It seems very enticing.
No, I mean, okay, that's fair. How long would a postdoc take?
This one I'm imagining is 1 year.
Would it cost? Or
No,
would
no,
you would get
no.
money for it. Yeah.
No. And even my doctorate is not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and it will double from what to what? Everyone always asks me what checking account I use and what high yield savings account I use. Recently, I switched over to SoFi. The reason I did it is because their app is very intuitive and it's super easy to use on your computer as well. But even better than that, their high yield savings account is all the way up to 4.4% at the time of recording this clip. That is so hard to beat, and I am taking advantage of that all day. And not only that, but there's additional bonuses that I took advantage of that you can as well. Set up direct deposit, get a $50 bonus, or all the way up to $250. That's free money. That's free money. I took it. You could take it too. So check out my affiliate link in the description below. It's seriously awesome. I use it each and every day for my banking needs. Range
30 to 60. Yeah, even 60 is not the amount I want to be making, but I don't know. I've been getting others income.
That's good. I'm just trying to figure out like the cost of the degree, because I come from the world of arts. I went into arts for music into college.
Really? What'd you play?
Well, I played trombone, but I was into music composition. That was my thing. Okay. And I just know in the world of arts, like I wasn't in the English department part of thing or the writing or anything like that. I was in the musical side of things, but people just get sucked into I finished a degree. Okay, let's go get the next degree. Let's go get the next degree. Let's go get the next degree. And it's just a never-ending cycle in terms of, man, I just want people to get out of there and start making it in that industry and making that income instead of making it to their mid-30s until they get their first job.
So I do maybe have degree fever.
Yes.
But my plan wasn't to get a doctorate, but I met a doctorate.
You have a doctorate?
At a doctorate.
What do you have a doctorate in?
Communication.
Very cool.
So she just inspired me. I was like, I gotta get one too. It wasn't for the money. Nobody gets a PhD for the money. But
I know.
Teaching is a passion and writing is my life.
You couldn't have written without it.
I was, and I could have.
Couldn't have taught without it?
Without the doctorate?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I was teaching in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we didn't need the doctorate.
I think we're teaching.
I don't mean to be bullying you too much.
For academia, yes.
Okay.
Tenure track positions, which go upwards of 120, 130, even in public universities, you mandatory have to have a PhD.
Because I just know that there are people out there who are probably watching this video who are in positions like me where they, started, going into the arts, and they're just going to get sucked into that never-ending cycle of degree, and not starting their like official career until like mid-30s. And I'm like, dude, got to start making income, got to start getting retirement going, just in the culture we're in, because in order to giving up the best decade of your life for compound growth,
gone.
It's gone, and by the time you're done with the postdoc, almost the half of your second best decade. So, okay. We definitely went down a tangent there, but let's get into the debts, shall we? So, did this pay for the IVF, the American Express? We have an American Express for $10,463.
Yes, you can talk about it.
Yeah, so the American Express personal loan is actually a debt consolidation of the leftover that we had on the credit cards, because the history goes like this. Like when we took the credit cards, initially they were with 0 APR for like 12 months, a couple of them, and 15 months, the third one.
That's how they get you.
Yeah, I know. So, of course, our initial plan was like, we're going to kill this. We're going to pay everything off before the 0 APR expires. Of course, that didn't end up happening. We paid off some of it, but
why
not
didn't
all.
it happen?
We're human.
Why didn't it happen?
No. All of my income was going towards the debt, and all of Ella's income was going towards the house. So it's just
house,
like living.
Household.
Like
so
living.
Food, rent, utilities.
All of it. Rent took up your entire income.
Not my entire income, but
only groceries. We weren't going out to eat.
Some BS spending.
Some travel.
Well, we're losing $80. Some travel.
Yeah.
We're losing $80 in interest on this. I would choose paying off high interest debt versus travel. $349 minimum monthly payment on this. That's a big minimum monthly payment.
Yep.
Okay, we have a lot of debt to get through. So let's hammer these guys out. We have a vehicle. Is this just one of the vehicles?
It's the only
Beetle?
vehicle
Right
that
now
we
it's the
have a
other one.
payment
Ooh,
on,
so we
and now
paid
it's
the
our
other one
only
off?
vehicle.
It got totaled, and so that's our savings account now, is what you see in there.
We haven't replaced it.
No, and our plan is to drum roll.
Drum roll. Okay, so instead of getting a new vehicle with that money that we got from the insurance on the totaling of that first vehicle, for now it's our like emergency fund, but we are planning to keep this money to help fund the next IVF that we're gonna do.
How much is IVF?
IVF, like the first one that we did, between the actual IVF cycle, the meds that are paid separately, the meds for the transfer that are paid separately, and like all the
before and after.
like investigations during stuff like that, and the pregnancy follow-ups up until you graduate from the fertility clinic, which is not a normal OBGYN, it's just it's different. Okay, all of that was around total like $29,000.
Okay.
But this time from my current employer, I have a IVF benefit. It's called a family building benefit. It's for fertility treatments of any kind, including IVF or adoption. And it's $20,000 lifetime.
Heck yeah.
So calculating the worst case scenario of those like $29,000 that we paid the first time, we're like, okay,
out of pocket.
Exactly. We have those $20,000 from my employer, and we have this cushion of those like $10,000. So that's what we're planning to use those $10,000 in our savings account for.
We'll definitely
until then, it's like an emergency fund.
Sure, we'll definitely get into that then. Emergency funds are emergency funds. That's not an emergency, but we'll get into that as well.
Also, it's not going to be spent all at once, right?
We'll get into it.
Yeah, okay.
$16,000 is owed on a 2016 Beetle with a $357 minimum monthly payment. This must be a long-term loan.
Yeah,
Yes.
70 something.
75.
70 something. This was our first vehicle that we purchased, and we made all the first-time buyer mistakes. So not the interest rate we wanted.
What's the interest rate?
6.9-ish.
Okay, it's not death, but it's definitely not great.
Yeah. So that also, we got strong-armed into purchasing all these
extras,
insurance, like coverages on top, not warranties, but I don't know, just we should have said no. We should have walked away, but
these student loans must be yours.
$55K.
And this is why I don't like people just getting sucked into the endless degrees. We could be paying on this, and of course, forgiveness is not happening. We know that now. Okay, they're all federal?
Federal, there's 6 loans totaling about 55.
Yeah,
0.8 there, I see, yeah.
Starting in October, $55,834.65. It actually predicts the minimum monthly payment to at $682.91. The interest rates are likely going to be from 4 to 7%.
The highest one is 6.8. The lowest one is 5.3.
Oh, I don't like that.
No. So I added them up, 6.4 on average.
Hey, I really don't like that. I really don't like that. It's too close to the average return of the stock market in history. So that's going to impact what we're paying and what we're doing. I don't even know what this is. What is this?
Just smile. Is a dentist.
It's a dentist loan. It's a personal loan that we had to get to do a lot of dental work for me. That was like beyond what my insurance was covering.
That was a need. That was like broken teeth, missing teeth. Yeah.
Dental work's very important. It impacts a lot of things when it comes to health. I have a cavity I need to get filled right here, and it hurts.
Oh no.
But I'm also a baby about needles, so I'm.
Just do it before you're gonna end up needing endless crowns like me.
I just need to go get some laughing gas or a bunch of like put me to sleep or something. Yeah. Whatever. $53.61. Oh no, that's interest. What's the minimum monthly payment? Wait, it's canceled?
No. So that question mark there is our question mark. We got a $5,000 loan in February of 2022. And the promotion was if you pay everything off in 24 months, there's 0 interest charged.
That's what they told us.
They charge the vendor. They have like some sort of subscription for the vendor. So we're confused when we printed this sheet out. It said $53 in interest. I will be making a call and checking that out. But the idea is to pay the $5,000 off before next February.
I'm gonna put that aside.
Yes.
And then we have some medical debt. These are just the outstanding balances, so only $129 and $325.
Yeah, we wanted to share that because that's one emergency visit for an infant in Houston.
Oh, that sucks.
And that doesn't even include the $250
that you pay like upfront, which is like
are they on your health insurance?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So.
Oh, you can call him a he. It's a he.
It's a little baby boy.
Yeah, it's a little baby boy.
Yeah. So.
And the reason why that's not paid off.
I am very happy that you guys did end up having a child. That's very exciting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So the reason why that's not paid off yet is because Ivan is trying to dispute it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we
might eventually just pay it off.
Home 2 days after a terrible like coughing fit with the baby. He's got high fever, and you get home. The first thing you see is a $500 bill after the $250 you paid. I was just like, this is wrong. So
when was this?
June.
Middle of June.
Okay, so yeah, that is very recent. So I guess this is very much a developing thing.
Yeah, it's in their finance. It's pending. If we have to pay, we'll pay it. But yeah, it was a shock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This credit card. So we have some credit cards, but we're not holding balances on these. It looks like they're paid off every month, which is good.
They are revolving, so we use them. We use certain credit cards for certain expenses.
Yeah.
It's not the case where we just have this bad debt from a while ago. These are expenses that we make and we pay the full balance.
I'm glad you're paying the full balance.
Yes.
I'm a little torn on your guys' status as a credit card person or not. Because you do really well on some of these credit cards, but you also carry a massive balance on another one. That was a consolidation, though. So it's it's a bit, I think it's risky for you guys, but I think you're maybe heading towards a better place. We spent $924 on this card.
Which one is that? Is that the Amex?
Free.
Yeah. Amex.
Yeah, that's for the groceries mainly.
And gas.
And gas.
Yeah, that's what it looks like there. But we also had an Uber trip and some Amazon spending as well, but mostly groceries and gas.
Yeah. I think it's when you went to take the
car
to the shop and then you had to take an Uber.
Okay. And that's fine in those situations. And then in this we had $735 to purchases, $300 to pay off on that. I do see $10 for the pediatrician. Then we had some Black Dog stuff. Is this the childcare?
Yes. So this must be the Chase Freedom. Yeah.
Yes.
This is childcare.
How much are we spending on childcare on a monthly basis?
$1,200.
That's why many people just can't go work because this is so expensive. It's almost cheaper to stay home for some.
For us,
much
it would be a
lower
disaster
income.
if any of us would stay home.
No, you couldn't.
Yeah.
$1,200?
$1,200 a month. Yes. Yeah, for a toddler. Not
I mean, he's almost a toddler.
Almost.
He's been an infant, but
yeah. So
that's good.
Yeah. So,
okay. No, what is this? Okay, I just almost gave you guys credit card people status. You've paid $842 of interest on this year.
That was
recently paid this off?
That was before we consolidated the debt in the
May.
Amex.
I think it might be time to cut up these and just have them on debit cards, guys. I don't know. It's so risky. I get the allure of points, and that's how they're getting you, and I like taking advantage of them. But I don't know, guys. You just racked it up, and you've only paid it off consolidated recently. That makes me too nervous. I mean, you guys are members of the audience. If I'm going to use anything, I would just use the Fizz ones for you guys because it works as a debit card, and I think that works better for you guys. I don't know, man. I'm scared. $842 squeezed from us. Almost 1% of our household income was squeezed from us on interest.
That's why we consolidated it.
Yeah, but consolidation's only one thing. Now it's like what? You could rack it up again, and you've done it in the past. So who's to say it won't happen again? That's what scares me. We have a Freedom card. $68.96 spent on this one.
Oh, it's paid off now.
That's yours, right?
No, yeah, that was just the spending. But this one's being paid off, and there's another $10 for pediatric, and then some pharmacy stuff. And then $448 spent on Chase Sapphire. Again, this one also gets paid off.
Yeah, this is the one that we use for the household bills and also for like online purchases.
And miscellaneous.
Yeah. Miscellaneous.
Yeah, some miscellaneous spending on Amazon and Pink's Pizza and Vodafone.
European.
This is my Romanian phone line.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
And then another card, we had $1,068 on it, and we spent nothing, and we paid it off.
Yes.
Some airplane tickets.
Yep.
Where are you guys traveling right now if we have this? If we have this debt.
We have to go to North Carolina in October. Yes.
What's have to?
We can explain.
Social.
It's his
social
best.
debts.
It's Ivan's best friend's wedding, and
I'm not going to his bachelor party.
And
he flew all the way to Romania
for our
Oh,
wedding.
good for him. I mean,
And
that was his choice.
yeah, and
Okay, best friend's wedding, sure. Flying.
social ties.
No, I know. I would have rather you just like one date it in a car, and then one date it back.
Oh,
A little cheaper, not much.
With a
Because
baby,
you guys are
with
both,
a baby, I think. It's,
No, I would have one dated himself alone.
oh.
I'm being very strict right now. Very strict because we're in a lot of bad debt. Like, do you guys 100% have to do that? Not necessarily, but that's something I personally would have done in my situation when I was in a bunch of debt. That's something I would have done, knowing how bad it was and knowing how good it is on the other side. So, then Italian debt.
Yes, that is a tax payment plan. Where do I start?
Yeah.
So, I used to own a business for 6-ish years in Italy. I started by working from home, making dresses in the living room of my apartment. And at some point, I transitioned into an actual atelier that I opened in the city. I had to rent a space. And soon enough, I had to hire one person, then 2 people. And at some point, so I started with bridesmaids dresses and prom dresses and like easy stuff. But at some point, it morphed into bridal because more and more people were just asking for like, can you do this in white for my wedding, right? So like I spotted a market need. So I morphed into wedding dresses.
Why weren't you paying taxes though?
I was paying taxes.
Just not enough?
Just not enough.
Why aren't you paying enough taxes?
So I always paid my taxes, right? But at some point, the expenses became so cumbersome. It was always like paying the rent and paying the salaries and paying the suppliers and paying everything else.
Yeah.
And then the taxes were the only ones that gave you some room for like postponing them, right? And also there's
my question would be like, I don't know their system, but were the taxes not on the profits of the business? So post those expenses?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm still confused then why you weren't able to pay those.
Because I had to also live off those profits, right? So at the end of the day, it got to a point where it just wasn't adding up. And that's why, of course, I closed because it wasn't scalable. Like there wasn't anything else that I could have done.
You weren't charging enough.
Yeah, I wasn't charging enough. I didn't have
working
like
20 hours straight.
24 actually at some point.
She's got YouTube videos. She works 24 hours on a dress, like straight. So, but you just maybe weren't budgeting was the point.
Well,
But
So-
I don't know.
yeah, like what was the tax percentage on profits?
It's not just the income tax, like the profit tax. It's a combination. It's a sales tax, which in Europe is VAT.
Yes,
So
that
it's
wasn't
that-
passed on to the consumer?
Well, yes, but it was collected by me from the consumer, but then I had to like pay it back, right? So it was.
But you just put that aside, so that should be good to go.
I put that aside, but like between everything, there was then there was a social security that also got added to the tax. Then it was the tax on like wages that I was paying to the employers, to the employees. So
You always made those payments.
yes, no, the wages I always.
Yeah, the people got paid. I mean, not the people of Italy, but
So, and also there's another component to this. The way it works in Italy is like you get some like tax, how should I say? You get the total of the taxes that you have to pay based on your income declaration yearly. But then they calculate again based on like how much revenue you had and how many expenses. And they say, no, you actually have to pay more. And that comes after. So basically, some of that I was aware of when I closed my business, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna make a payment plan and I'm just gonna pay it over time. But some of it I was hit with like after I closed my business, if that makes sense. So it just became this like whole thing. Like I didn't even know of all of it from the beginning.
Well, on this payment plan, what is owed total? I cannot read Italian.
Yeah. I'll explain. So the total that was owed after this
right now.
Right now, it's like $8,246.
Dollars or euros?
Dollars. I made the conversion.
8,426 is what you said?
8,246. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. And the payment plan, what's the plan?
The plan is every month I pay the equivalent of $217.
That includes
the bank fees because I transferred from my American account.
Is there interest on this?
There is interest.
How much?
But it's 6%. But it's not like I can't get rid of it. Even if I want to pay all the installments, like all I can do is just pay all the full installments, but it doesn't cut my interest. Since it was turned into a payment plan, it's like, that's it.
So after interest is paid, it's 8,246?
Yes.
Okay.
It includes everything. Like the full, the sum of all the installments that I still have.
That makes sense. Sucks, but it makes sense. Lots of euros. Lots of pages of euros. Okay. This is a shared checking account. It's mostly just paying off cards, transferring things around, and lending point, a couple things there, $20, $198.
Yes, lending point.
The dentist.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's an automated $198, and then just to make sure we pay off in 2 years.
Okay. Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Then we have another Chase. We have 1,375. In here, again, there was nothing overly notable. There were some flights still. Cashing out from the ATMs, but mostly just paying things around, transferring things around. Really nothing too crazy. And then we have a savings account. Now, I'm curious. Like, I wouldn't be upset at this. I just want what's better for you guys. Why do we have $10,542 sitting in an account with a yield of 0.01% when what I use, SoFi, has 4.5% right now? Plus, I mean, you'd get like, with this balance, and if you set up direct deposit, you'd get an extra $250. So that's just like, why not, right?
Yeah.
Why?
Cha-ching.
Why is it sitting in this? Yeah.
I looked into it. They don't have a perfect score on NerdWallet, but the 4.4 is super attractive. So I just
4.5.
4.5? Oh, it went up. I guess I just.
I'll tell you, it did not go up to 0.01.
No. It's just an extra folder in a computer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Are you allowed to like withdraw from that account, like without losing the interest that you accrued?
Well, it'll accrue on a monthly basis, and then whenever you pull out, like that balance is, the balance changed. So
Are there fees for transferring?
I don't think so. I've used it. I haven't paid fees.
Yeah.
As far as I know, there might be a minimum.
It's one of the hesitations.
But not even just switching to them. That's not what I'm confused about. Why is this just sitting in such a low yield in general? Because there's so many high yields out there.
Yeah, just a marriage of convenience because it's connected to our checking.
Yeah.
It hasn't been there for a long time. Like I think we got the check from the insurance company like last month or something like that. So
if we're paying interest rates on some things, why is $10,000 sitting there in general?
The $10,000 is for the second IVF.
Oh, that's
it's our reserve for our out-of-pocket part of the IVF.
It's low-key untouchable.
Then we have some bonds. When do these become available with you reaping all benefits and returns on it? The I-bonds?
20 years, no? Is that what it is?
That's for the baby's college fund. That's for the baby's college fund.
With this kind of bond, I think after 3 years, you can start withdrawing. But they double in 20 years.
Oh, because I do not have that. Double in 20 years, that's
anyway. Is it?
If you have it in the stock market, it'll double every 7, 8, 9 years.
Compared to this... Yeah, Vanguard account that I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's which wild. I think you've gone.
Index.
Yeah. Of which you have $6,104. That's your retirement. It's your Roth IRA. Do you have retirement?
Yes, that's my 401k, right?
Oh, this one? Oh, that's right. Yes. Okay, so the combined household retirement, almost going into 40s, almost going into mid 30s, is $17,000.
There is more because I just got my company match on the 401k. So the current amount in my 401k is $12,200.
Okay. It's not where we'd like it to be.
Now you guys are ready to retire.
Wait, there's even more. There's even more. I actually remembered about my Romanian retirement account because I contributed to the pensions in Romania for like 9-ish years. So right now, you're going to laugh, but it's something I have. Okay.
Assets right here.
Assets, that's the shorter one. So 3,517. And beyond this is only the like 401k, which is like the investment account. It's a privately managed account. Beyond this, I also have the Social Security funds from there, which is like 25% of your salary.
Which you'll receive when?
I'll receive when I'm like 67, which is also when I'll receive this. I think I can withdraw this earlier, but like it's not in my interest.
It's not Warren Buffett level, but we'd like it to be higher.
And
I need it to be
higher. I also have a third category of Romanian pension fund, which is the optional, which is around $1,000. So.
Okay. Wow. We made it.
And I might get something from the Italian pension fund because
probably not much.
Not much because I only contributed for like 6 years and something. So
the main point being we need to up our retirement drastically.
Yes.
Well, before we do that, we need to get out of the death Amex debt.
Yes.
And the less than great Beetle debt and the student loan debt, that's like 7%. Dentist will pay that. What's the interest rate on the dentist?
0 if you pay it in 2 years.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So, okay, we're doing that. So that's paid off in 2 years. That should be fine. And then you're calling and figuring things out with that.
$50, yeah.
And then the medical, we are disputing. Perfect. And then the Italian, I think it's $217 till it's paid off because the interest is already baked in. There's no point of paying it off early.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's budget.
Yes, we have it. We have it.
Let me see. You care if I write on this?
Please.
Okay, so we have rent of $1,375. Groceries $800. I know the kid costs money, but I think that's still a little high for you three.
Okay, groceries include everything from food to toiletries to household products to paper products to diapers to formula and to any like miscellaneous.
Okay,
I was able to squeeze child clothes in there at Walmart.
800 is fine for that. If we're combining those categories. Electricity 100.
It's 150 actually, the last one.
Yeah, so the summer one, we just got hit with 150 and June was 130. Yeah. But then before that was 80 and before that was 60. So
averages out.
Yeah, roughly.
So 100 for electricity, 75 for internet, 120 for phone, 360 for car. Okay, so we do have the debt minimum monthly payments.
Yes.
Baked in there. Okay. And 80 for gas, 135 for car insurance, baby college fund. It's the bonds. We contribute 100 a month on those.
To the United States government. No, I think
my mom also contributes another $100.
Sometimes. No, she just is good about it.
Why do you want it in bonds though? It's gonna be so long. It's so long until this kid goes to college that I don't see the point of it just losing to the stock market.
So what else do you recommend us to do?
I'm not going to give investment advice, but all I will say is that the stock market on average since the history with all up years and all down years has averaged at 8% return on an annual basis. S&P 500 with dividends reinvested 10 point something on a yearly basis on average with all up years and down years combined. So we should be better.
We should probably hire, some real
financial advisor is highly recommended.
The two neurons that bounced together when we were thinking about this was basically, look, we have my Roth, Ella's 401k, diversify and get some bonds for the baby, 0 risk.
That
was the thought process.
Yeah.
Could we get a little more for our little baby?
With compound over 18 years, it's going to be a lot more.
A lot more?
Compound, with the compound growth on it, it's going to...
What if you crashes?
What's the interest? What's the interest on these I-bonds?
It's not on the document. If not, I don't know. And it's gone up.
Well, it wasn't a statement. It was a screenshot, so I'm not sure. No, it's not on.
Yeah, maybe the $10 is... Oh, no. Yeah, whatever the difference is of the odd number, because we put 100 in, so you know what I mean.
And you accrued that in a month?
In a year.
No,
so
we
$60.
We started that in September 2022.
Yeah, like nothing. No, we don't. That's not our. our lucrative financial tool. It's just a safe, under the mattress.
You're getting 2.3% on it. Compare that to 8% in the stock market. I'm not going to give advice, but really what you're betting on the U.S. government's never going to go down. That's a good bet. What you're saying by saying, okay, but yeah, this is no risk where the stock market has risk. You're also betting that the United States economy is just going to go completely down forever if you don't believe that the general market will go up. So in that same rate, like, I don't know, but you do you. All I'm saying,
or a combination,
I choose math,
or a combination.
Okay, no, you do you.
Yeah,
you do you. I want to take a brief moment to thank today's video sponsor, Aura. Are you sick and tired, just like me and everyone else, honestly, of receiving endless spam calls every day? I mean, look at this. Let me open my phone. Look at this. This right here is all spam. It's crap. Except for one friend. There's one friend phone call. The rest is spam. Data brokers are making a fortune selling your information to robocallers, spammers, and others who want to learn more about you, like where you live. But with Aura, they can identify data brokers exposing your info and submit opt-out requests on your behalf. Brokers are legally required to remove your info if you ask them to, but they make it super hard to do. Let Aura handle that for you. Aura also does a lot more to protect you and your family from online threats you can't see. It's really easy to set up so you don't have to download several different apps to get things like parental controls, antivirus, VPN, password management, identity theft, insurance, and more. You can get everything at one affordable price. Let Aura do the hard work of keeping you safe online so you can focus on other things with peace of mind. Go to aura.com/hammer or check out the link at the top of the description below. Thanks again to Aura for sponsoring this episode. And then Baby Care 1200, yeah. Ella, that's your...
Yeah, that's my Italian.
Oh, yeah.
It's 217.
Insurance. You're paying health insurance... He's yourself? You're not on your plan?
He's not on my plan. He has his own plan from the university, and the cost is kind of like the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Laundry. Okay. You don't have a machine in-house?
We don't have a in-unit laundry.
That's fine. Lending Pete's is another one, the auto loan. Or A-loan? A-loan.
Amex.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And then your debt, which is the student loans, which is coming up. Cleaning. Guys, cut that out immediately. Cut that. That's gone. That's not in the budget. That's not in the budget. I don't care. I don't give a shit.
2 hour defense. It's new.
There is no defense. There is no defense. I will not hear it. You guys, once or twice a week, we'll have a little team session where an hour, power hour, we just go around and scrub. This is not in the budget. We are losing $80 a month on the Amex of death. We have 7% on the Beetle. There's no point. This is done. And also, I'm with Dave Ramsey on this. We are not... your grandma can, absolutely. Well, we're not contributing to the baby college fund right now. We're just not. Because you're going to be able to contribute a lot more after the fact. We need everything going off paying the bad debt right now. Bad debt. If all the debt was at like 3 or 4%, I'd be like, go for it. Because you're just going to beat it. But right now, you're losing. What you're putting it in, what did we say it was?
Right? 2.5 versus... What we make is 2.5, but we're losing.
You're losing whatever the interest rate on
7.
Yeah, and then the Amex was
9%.
9%. So 2.5 versus 9. I mean, which one's a bigger number?
Yeah.
2 doctorates here. Come on. I think the 9's worse. Saving nothing, but that makes sense right now. Miscellaneous. There's no more miscellaneous. No more birthday gifts. You're birthday gifting yourself things. It's exciting. Your birthday gifting yourself, getting out of debt, and then giving better gifts in the future. It's just the sacrifice we take now. The sacrifice we take now for the better thing.
I want to say something.
August 2023 is the next IVF.
Yeah, we're starting now.
So this is okay. This is a conversation.
It's a very long process. When do you have to
pay?
I think best case scenario, like the initial appointment, let's say, is like August.
Consultation.
Yeah, consultation. Then you have the baseline tests. Then those have to come. Then you have the like investigation.
When do you have to
October.
I think October-ish, like the actual lump sum of the cycle.
Okay.
But remember, we have the benefits.
I get that, but it's still $8,000 for you guys. This becomes a very complicated situation because there is as you mentioned correctly so, I'm not very good at the science behind it, but there is the biology behind it.
And also the more we wait, the slimmer the chances of it working are. So like,
I know. So this becomes
just gonna
very
throw
hard.
away all the money basically. Like that's kind of like how we prioritize.
I get it.
Right?
I get it. It's just, it's very hard because what we're in right now is we're in a position where we're not even close to being able to retire. And in your situation, if we continue down this road of barely paying on the debt, because all we did was reconsolidate, we didn't make any progress towards that. We're just minimum monthly payment and things. We're 40, you're more than halfway towards retirement. You're basically halfway towards retirement. You're a little over. Okay, at this point, with the one kid we already had, you guys will not be able to sustain yourselves in retirement. Who knows what Social Security is going to be like by the time you guys are retired? That kid's going to be morally responsible for taking care of you. And the longer we take to get out of this debt, now with the second kid on the way, both of them will also feel that obligation because we are not prioritizing getting yourselves figured out first. And that's why this is just so complicated. It's complicated because you're totally right. And I want you guys to have 1 billion kids if that's what you guys want.
No, just 2.
Just 2.
Not 1 billion.
I want you guys to have 2 kids. I want you to be able to do this, and I want us to be able to do it in a health, safe, smart way. Man, what I just wish we could do. Now there's no point of talking about wishes.
Can I add a component to the
It's a
situation?
life or death.
Can I add a component to the situation? Yeah. I'm also working very, very hard on a promotion.
Good.
That I hope to get like by the end of the year, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go off of today's income
so like
and not hope.
Yeah, of course. That's just like...
Yeah. And I hope you get it. And I'm rooting for you. And we'll celebrate if you do. But until then, it's just like, gosh... What I do, because I want to make sure that I'm at least taking care of child number one, the one that's with us right now, for when you guys retire and they don't have to take care of us, I'd want that Amex gone today by cutting a check for that $10,000. That's what I would want to do, because I'm just, gosh. But then I totally understand what you're saying. This might be, I think, the first time in this show where I'm torn. I might be 50-50 down the middle, because I get it, the biology and everything, the clock. So it's a choice. What we're going to have to do then, if you guys choose that, and I mean, you guys are going to choose that. Let's just be honest. We have to cut everything. Try to cut everything on phone bill, go with Mint Mobile. We're cutting
the college fund.
The college, and definitely the cleaning, miscellaneous, it's gone. Whatever we can cut from groceries, I know it's hard, but whatever we can cut from anywhere, the best. Or the temperature's a little warmer inside, nothing that's like gross, but just to save on electricity bill, because every single cent, we need to pay off this Amex card now.
That's you mean the Amex personal loan?
The personal loan, right?
Yeah.
Then 9%.
Yeah.
Because this student loan, it's going to be coming, and it's just going to eat you guys for years. This is very tough. This is very tough. So however you guys prioritize it, I would personally, and I'm like 55-45 on this, but I'm cutting a check today and paying off the Amex. But that's what I'm doing. But I'm also not in the position. I find kids stinky and smelly. So
that's the best part.
We're in different areas.
I was that way too before having our son. He smells so nice, I can guarantee.
No, but you start to celebrate like, oh, his bodily functions are working. So it's like, when he doesn't stink, then I'd be worried.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay. True. So I mean, just because I'm in a different place, that's where I am. Yeah. So I mean, you guys are clearly going to go down the road of the family.
But it sounds like
building.
Amex that's
a priority.
Public enemy number one.
Well, it's because the Italian, there's really no point of paying that off early because the interest is baked in. The medical debt we need to dispute. The dentist we're having some conversations about. So all that's left from there is the Amex, the Beetle, the student loans. And what I would do is pay the Amex off as quick as possible, the Beetle off as quick as possible, then the student loans as quick as possible. And honestly, this means that your kid's probably not seeing a lot of paid for fun until they're probably like 5 years old. But good news, they can't really remember things before 3 anyway, so.
Yeah, true.
They don't need to know if they went to Chuck E. Cheese or not. They won't remember it.
No, Chuck E. Cheese is unhealthy.
Dude,
isn't that
I love
fast
Chuck
food?
E. Cheese.
What?
No, it's not fast food. It's an established
some pizza.
Yeah, it's yummy. You know, robotics.
I can make pizza.
You make good pizza.
Yeah,
good
but
pizza.
can you have like a big
Clowns?
mouse that moves?
That creeps you out.
The thing with Houston is that, and I have to give it to Houston because there's a lot of things. There are a lot of things that I tend to not like about the city.
Yeah.
But the thing I have to say is that they have a lot of like free entertainment
Good.
events,
Parks.
readings,
Miller Outdoor Theater.
story time, like in the
Match
park and
theater,
stuff
yeah.
like that. So
Because honestly, that's probably what you guys are doing for years. With the route that you're choosing, that's okay. But you're choosing that and knowing the sacrifice. The sacrifice is there's not a lot of wiggle room in the budget, and we're increasing income as much as we can. When you graduate and everything, and you're pushing for the best things, you're writing the best book you've ever written, and you're getting a lot of sales off of it.
Don't laugh, it's true. You
I
get
mean,
better.
you could also post,
They get better, I promise.
you could also post his Amazon page in the description.
Well,
People will find it if they want it.
I have his website there, so hopefully they can visit everything there.
Yeah.
Website and YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But either way, you guys are choosing the world of 3, 4, 5 years of just
Struggling, yeah.
living bare bones, because everything else is going to pay off the Amex, then the Beetle, then the student loans. And that student loans is going to take a long time.
Yeah,
but it's
9
the
years.
choice you made.
9 years.
Oh, wasn't it 13? I think we calculated 13.
No.
It's 9?
9
Yeah.
years.
Well, I
wait.
bet there's more.
Okay,
I
yeah.
bet there's more money in there than you've given yourself. Because even in the budget, you had a miscellaneous category. I don't accept that. You had a cleaning category. I don't accept that. The phone can be cheaper.
It's for 2 phones. It's for 2 lines, by
It
the
can
way.
be cheaper.
And it includes his phone, like his actual phone.
Oh, your phone is
the
financed.
payment.
Yeah, because he had a phone for
another
like
year.
8 years or
Yeah,
something like that. So he
no,
had to buy a new phone at some
Yeah,
point.
it's-
And then every single year that it gets renewed, we are shopping around and finding the cheapest. We're finding the middle between cheap and good childcare. We're not gonna do cheap, but also it's like in a dumpster.
Yeah.
We're also not gonna do good, but cost $1 trillion. We're gonna find the good middle and try to see as much as we can save on that. I know childcare is expensive,
yeah.
so it's about to double.
I know.
So
Yeah,
again, you guys are choosing this. This is, but just know that it's gonna be years to sacrifice, and that's what you're choosing. That's okay. Because you have kids, while you're going through this whole process, I would save up immediately what a 2-month emergency fund is, whatever that is. Have that in a high yield savings account sitting on the side, and then that's what you guys have until you're completely out of debt. Then you're getting a 6-month emergency fund. Then you guys are probably doing 30% minimum towards investing to catch up, so that you guys have a chance at retirement.
Yep.
Both of you guys, 30% when you're out of debt and have a fully funded 6-month emergency fund.
Yep.
But it's going to take years
And
until
the
we're
baby
in there.
college fund, when does that happen?
Baby college fund happens after your emergency fund.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And you're probably cutting your fund percentages by a good amount to catch up on that and catch up on your own retirement as well. Yeah. And if for some reason you're not fully, I think you'd be, especially if they don't go out of state and all this stuff. I mean, you should be able to, I think, save up enough. And if you take, you put it in smart things that have good compound growth, I think the college should be paid for. And even if it's close, it'll be close enough that you can cash flow what's remaining.
What you said earlier made a lot of sense. You're saying channel that college fund to paying off these high interest loans.
Yeah.
And then going back and what would have gone to the Amex sort of start to play catch up.
Yeah,
Because that would be the
pretty
$300,
Yeah, pretty much. It might be smart to essentially do like no more than 50% is on your needs in your budget. 30% minimum is going towards investing, and of the 20% that's fun, try to cut a little from needs, put that towards the college fund. But if you can't, then you're cutting a little bit from the fun category, and that's going to the college fund. But that's what it's like after we pay off the debts, which is going to take years, and after we have a fully funded emergency fund. I wish I had a more optimistic message, but you guys are choosing that, the family planning, which is your choice and totally fine. Just know that it comes with the sacrifice, and that sacrifice is going to take years.
Yep.
So, but I mean,
It is what it is. And it was a choice that we knew we were getting into, with a little bit of a handicap, right?
yeah. And by the way, across your cards, we see this, gas was $50.95. Grocery shopping was basically $1,000. Eating out, $232.64.
That was a one-time thing.
The pizza,
Actually, there was a
yeah.
pizza for his birthday.
Wish. One pizza didn't even get eaten.
It's an expensive pizza. What?
It was for like 20 people.
No, it was 7 pies.
Birthdays are free. We're rolling down hills in the park.
Yeah. Miller Outdoor.
And then
Cool.
331 American Airlines, 396 United, lots of expensive HEB trips, and subscriptions, $32.46. We're probably cutting those as well. So
Wait. I have something to add here. So subscription, that is the Adobe Creative Cloud subscription that we both use, but mostly me for the YouTube videos.
I use it for work.
Yeah, and I use it for Premiere, basically.
Okay.
And I actually pay that off immediately from my BS fund. I have a BS fund that is not...
you no longer have a BS fund, but that's the only thing I will allow you to spend money on these next 5 years.
Okay, so full picture. Currently, my BS fund, which covers everything from clothes, shoes.
Clothes and shoes.
Oh
nope.
my God,
Any,
what?
like makeup and stuff.
We're going to garage sales. Makeup is included in, usually I put that in the toilet paper fund. You have the toilet paper and the grocery fund combined. That's included in that.
The good thing
$800
is I'm not going to
max.
need any makeup for like a while because I'm good now.
But still,
anyway.
that's included in that fund and it's $800 a month max.
Okay. What else did my BS fund include? The subscriptions, like the Adobe Creative Cloud, YouTube Premium, Epidemic Sound.
Nope.
Okay. Nope. Epidemic Sound, and what else? I think, and Amazon Prime. Yeah.
Okay.
We do use Amazon for stuff that like we cannot find at the grocery store or that are like cheaper on Amazon, including stuff for the baby. So.
Okay, but we're cutting the Epidemic Sounds.
Epidemic Sound.
Yeah, because you can get lots of royalty-free music.
Yeah. Okay. I can do that.
Any final thoughts? Any questions? Anything else?
No, thank you very much. We've been thinking about this show for a while. Like, let's get our finances together. And so a good tip with the college fund and paying off the Amex sounds like that's public enemy number one right now.
First battle.
Yeah. So,
And no more,
no
more traveling.
No.
Yeah, I think we're done.
I'm
for,
Latin
for a long time.
Latin, like the families. Oh
yeah,
my God.
we don't go to all
I got a short made it just now.
we don't go to all the weddings we're invited to. We actually are not going to a wedding in Romania, which I feel so sorry about, and one in Argentina.
Good. Them. Your guys' future matters.
It does.
That's my niece. Don't tell that about my niece.
I care more about your child not having to take care of you when you're trying to retire.
Okay.
True.
All right, for the couple and their Hammer financial score, obviously it's just a big choice of what to do next in terms of their life and what they want to do and the sacrifices that are going to surround that. Their Hammer financial score, mostly because of the plane tickets and everything, spending in a budget is a 0 out of 10 right now. The debt, not the worst debt ever, certainly not good, especially owing back to the Italian government, but 2 out of 10 for now. Emergency fund, I'm happy with the money we saved up. That's actually really good. It would be a higher score, but we have to put that towards either the IVF or the debt, so 3 out of 10. Retirement, happy we've started. Really not happy where we are for the age. 3 out of 10. Real estate, we're not there yet, but 0 out of 10. Hammer financial score for the couple, right now, 1.5 out of 10. Make sure to check out all the resources linked in the description below. I have some resources that I use or would use in a specific situation linked there. Some paid affiliate links as well. High yield savings account, the one that I use, and different investment accounts and educational resources as well. And don't forget to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Thanks. Oh, and also don't forget to check out his website and her YouTube, his book right there, unpublished. Check them out. Give them the love and everything that they deserve. Also, whoever has the most viewed TikTok or YouTube short using a clip from this video, I'll send you $100. Post however many times you want, but you must tag my YouTube/TikTok @ and put YouTube Caleb Hammer in the title/description.